Will you tell me a story?
Okay, we're gonna go with a fairy tale tonight, okay? So once upon a time, a few hundred years ago, there was a princess named Rachel, and her whole entire life, all she wanted was a prince. And eventually, she found her prince, and his name was Gabriel. He was from a different kingdom. He tries his best to do everything that he can for her because he feels, as the princess, that's what she deserves. And as she goes through her daily life, she asks her prince to just do everything for her because that's how it's supposed to be. He starts coming back more and more often until he barely ever leaves at all, just because he always wants to be by the princess's side. And the princess becomes more and more dependent on the prince. So she's asking him, will you do this for me? Will you do that for me? I need you to do all these different things for me. She doesn't feel comfortable anymore doing anything for herself. So Gabriel goes out and he finally leaves and he says bye. And so she's freaking out and she doesn't know what to do. So she calls upon her brother, Abraham. And Abraham comes and he starts helping her. He doesn't do it to the extent that the prince does, but he does things for her. And then eventually the prince and the princess start writing letters to one another. Rachel's like, I just really need you around right now. Gabriel says, I wish I could be. I want more than nothing else to be able to be by your side and help you in everything that you do. And then the princess, she lets Gabriel know that she's getting a little bit of help from her brother, Abraham. And, well, the prince, he doesn't like this. He doesn't like her getting help from somebody else. And if he can't be there, then you should be able to do it yourself. But Rachel, she needs help from somebody else. And she stops telling Gabriel about Abraham because she realizes that it makes Gabriel mad and that's not what she wants. But she can't do it herself, so she has to have help from somebody. So she gets this help from Abraham and continues on, and weeks go by. And Gabriel comes home and he sees Rachel getting help from Abraham, and it fills him with a certain feeling, a feeling of not really anger, but jealousy. He wants to be the one that helps her, and he feels like he deserves to be the one that helps her, right? So he's like, okay, well, if she can get help from anybody, then why would I be here? And so her and Gabriel, they get into it. Rachel, she's yelling at him, well, I wouldn't need anybody else if you hadn't have left. And he's like, well, you shouldn't need anybody anyway. You should be able to do it yourself. And she's like, you haven't allowed me to be able to do things myself. So Gabriel leaves, and he's gone. And Rachel, she, just scorned by her love, she makes Abraham not come over anymore. She says, alrighty, maybe the prince is right. I can't get help from anybody else but him. So she doesn't let Abraham come over anymore. She learns to cook, and she learns all these things, and she's sitting in her tower up there, just trying to live her own life and figure out what she did wrong, because she feels like she's the one that did something wrong here. Because she feels like she's the one that did something wrong here.